Cyclones in a Bremer County battle, talking with B.J. Hermson. So the conference season is done. Everything's all set for the postseason. What do you want to get out of these next few games?
We're going to see a lot of good arms here coming up, which will be really good for us come postseason time. And so just finding a little rhythm at the plate and then continuing to throw strikes, play good defense out in the field.
Denver's one of those teams, they've not hit the ball well, but they've beaten teams they're not supposed to beat. I mean, Coach Rewerts puts them in the right positions, so it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, obviously Coach Rewerts has some Waverly Shell Rock ties here, and so, again, he does a really good job with his kids, and he's going to have them ready to play. So, yeah, we have to be ready for pitch one tonight.
And again, you're taking on Denver. The JV game was lightning fast, and for your boys in the varsity game, you want to be able to jump ahead like that again, because it feels like you still need to get that killer mentality sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of put it on cruise control at times, and so again, once you build that lead, just continuing to step on the gas, finish things early, and get done. So, if that happens to happen tonight, we're going to work on something like that. But again, if we get a big lead, it has to be something where we keep our foot on the gas pedal.
Continue with Coach B.J. Hermson as Waverly Shark is hosting Denver here in a single varsity game. And what do you want to be better at today than you were yesterday?
Just continuing to have good at-bats. I thought we did a better job of that last night. And so just continuing to find our rhythm at the plate there, continuing to put good swings on the baseball. And then defensively, continuing to do the little things right, be in the right positions, making the routine plays, minimizing mistakes, and see where we're at from there.
Good swings in the baseball, you just think of putting it in play. But in game two, you had 3 triples and a double. What's a good swing on the baseball to you?
Each kid is different, obviously, as far as swings go. So what one person does might be a little different from another person. But, again, just putting their best swing on a pitch they like. And then once we get to 2 strikes, obviously, we have to make a little bit of adjustment. So, again, once you're in that 0 strike or 1 strike count, just looking for a pitch they can drive and putting a good swing on it.
Is it important for you to try to put things away as early as possible with Lewis Central tomorrow and then Southwood on Thursday? You got a busy week.
Yeah, obviously we're gonna try to be ready for game or pitch one here, and then try and do our best. That's all we can really ask for. But like you said, if we can get a few runs early and continue to build off that, we're certainly going to do that.
How are things easier for you in these single varsity games, because you've played so many doubleheaders?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. I believe all our non-conference games have been JV varsity, and so obviously it gives us an opportunity to see some different guys in the JV game, and it's a good chance for the varsity guys, too, to kind of develop that routine where there's not really a game that they're playing beforehand. So come postseason time, they can get ready that way.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thanks, Matt.
And that's Coach B.J. Hermson. It's Waverly Shark and Denver here on the K-Way Sports Network.
Mom, I don't feel good. My throat hurts.
I think I caught the bug going around the office.
Hi, honey, Jess rolled her ankle at her game. I think we need to go to the walk-in clinic to get it checked out. I'll meet you there.
When you need care today, the walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center is here for you. Get exceptional local care with on-site labs and x-ray from skilled and friendly healthcare providers without waiting for an appointment. Our experienced nurse practitioners and physician assistants are ready to help with those unforeseen sprains, strains, and sniffles. Located on 9th Street Southwest in Waverly, Iowa, the walk-in clinic is open when you need it, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can even check in online at waverlyhealthcenter.org/check-in. Convenient, comprehensive, and the care you need close to home. The walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center. Big city care, small town comfort.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Is Waverly Shark and Denver prepare to play each other? Coach Rewerts, Coach Hermson are meeting with the 2 umpires at home plate. Time now for the right seed field report. You'll always have perfect field conditions. You can plant Merchman and Whiffles hybrids from Right Seed Company in Waverly. Of course, the infield and outfield are in perfect conditions here at Waverly, as you would expect. The Wartburg field, Hurdle field, is field turf on the infield, grass in the outfield. 340 down the lines, 360 down the power alleys, 380 to straightaway center field. It is 81 degrees right now, mostly sunny overhead, and wouldn't you know, for the first time in forever, the wind is blowing out. Yeah, it's going to the north-northeast at 13 miles per hour. The humidity is 45%, dew point 58, so higher than last night, but still really nice baseball playing weather. Now let's meet the starters for both teams. Let's begin with the Denver Cyclones. They're coached by Dustin Rewerts, assisted by Travis Miller. They send out this group of young men. Leading off and playing left field, Hudson Mercado. Braxton Sauerbrei is in right field. Mitchell DeVries at second base. Batting cleanup is Chase McEwen, who is the shortstop, followed by Brady Hartman at first, Logan Hanlon at third base. Jordan Nuss will be the catcher. The 8-hitter is Logan Beatty. He's a designated hitter hitting for pitcher Bo Bonnet. And in the 9 spot, Ethan Ryder, the center fielder. Denver, the first batter's name is Hudson. Denver is wearing their maroon uniforms with maroon lettering and numbering, gold trim. It says Denver across their chest. They've got white pants with a black stripe down the side. Some wearing maroon stirrup socks with a white hat. Front panel-wise, at least white, maroon on the back, maroon bill, and then the Denver logo. Now for the Waverly Sharko Hawks, they're coached by B.J. Hermson, assisted by Nate Hying, Malcolm Newell, and Ryan Willis, and they start this group of young men. Leading off and playing shortstop is Carson Graven, followed by Dylan Stockdale in left field. The 3-hitter is a designated hitter, Chance Key, who hits for pitcher Ethan Chapin. Cleanup man Corbin Dewey at first base. Abram Rage behind the dish. Ethan Hennings is in center field. Sam Rose will bat seventh, plays second. Jacob Lord at third base. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Go Hawks is right fielder Aiden Hofer. The Go Hawks are in their gold uniforms with black lettering and numbering, gold sleeves. It says Go Hawks across their chest. They're wearing the white pinstripe pants with the black pinstripes, white caps with a black bill, and a black WSR on the front. The umpires were in their light blues. Man, this game got started so quick. I got here at 6. The umpires were heading to their cars from the JV game as the JV for Waverly Shark won 14-0 in super fast. So fast that I had to ask, are you really getting down with that? But they've got their blacks on today with the gray slacks and black caps. So if you're wondering why are we already getting started, it's because the JV team for Waverly Shark made quick work of the Cyclones. We're going to take a very short break and come back with the national anthem, and then soon after that, our first pitch. It's Waverly Shell Rock hosting Denver in a Bremer County battle on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Tamala Johnson, principal at St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly. I invite you to discover what academic, emotional, and spiritual growth opportunities St. Paul's can provide your children. If you're interested in school choice and giving your child a well-rounded educational opportunity in a Christian setting, please visit our website or call and ask about our educational and scholarship programs. St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly is an accredited institution where Christian faith and learning go hand in hand.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Whether your to-do plans call for a quick fix-up or for a major project, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Janesville Lumber is everything you need, like tools, paint, and all the supplies to get you started. Best of all, their experts can help answer all your questions to make sure you have the right items. So before you roll up your sleeves and get to work, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Proud to support Janesville High School and community events. Janesville Lumber.
Welcome back to Hurdle Field at Harms Stadium on the campus of Wartburg College. I'm Matt Ray. Waverly Shell Rock battling Denver. Gonna say a big thank you to the Waverly Shell Rock seniors. They left me with a very nice card and a t-shirt here. That is awesome. I told my wife about it. She's already planning to steal this shirt as a pajama shirt, but that is really sweet of them, and they're very classy class. They've got the little guys running out with them too. All the youth baseball players are running out with them. A mob of kids in the outfield and with the infielders and with the battery as they all stand, take their caps off, and stare at the American flag, which is blowing out in center field. Let's take a listen to our national anthem here live from Hurdle Field. one of my favorite traditions with the young guys out on the field with the big boys has been done. And when we come back, it will be time to play ball. Waverly Shellrock hosting Denver right here on the K-Way Sports Network.
Imagine a world with slow internet, where your Netflix locks up, your podcasts won't play, and stop! That sounds unbearable. Luckily, you've got Butler Bremer Communications. In fact, we were just designated a smart rural community. This means we're a top-performing broadband provider, and with direct fiber connections and up to 200 meg download and upload speeds, you've got everything you need to work, play, and stream as much as you want online. Learn more at butler-bremer.com today.
Planting season is upon us, and Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide your farm and family the service you deserve. Red Power is a family-owned Case IH dealer spanning across northern Iowa with 45 years of service. Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide you with the best in advanced farming systems equipped in their new machinery for precision farming to allow you to control the entire farming cycle. Go to redpowerteam.com today to see how Red Power in New Hampton can get you in the fields with success.
Welcome back. A single varsity game between Denver and Waverly Shellrock. The Go Hawks have taken the field first. Here's what they look like defensively from left to right in the outfield. It's Dylan Stockdale in left, Ethan Hennings in center, Aiden Hofer in right. Around the horn, Jacob Lord at third, Carson Graven at short, Sam Rose at second. Corbin Dewey's at first. The battery has a couple of catchers. Abram Rage is playing catcher, and catcher Ethan Chapin is pitching. He's got a 2-0 record with 13 and a third innings pitched. Opponents bat .315 against him. His ERA is 4.20. He's struck out 9, walked 3, has not hit a man on the year. He's kind of known as the strike thrower of the bunch, just to gets in there and keeps it in or around the zone when he's doing well. And the Go Hawks sure hope that he does well tonight as to be facing Denver. Denver as a team only batting .205, with Go Hawks batting .289. In fact, the Go Hawks have 9 guys with as many RBIs or more, 8 guys with more RBIs than the Denver leader. It's a pretty impressive stat there. First pitch, curveball, called strike one, 6:48 the time of the first pitch. Hudson Mercado is leading things off. He's a freshman batting .188. If you look at total bases, the Go Hawks have 314 total bases. Denver only 130. Now, that being said, Denver is a team that sometimes surprises people. They have a better record against teams over 500 than under 500 this year, as the pitch is bounced into the turf 1-2. Yeah, you heard that right. They just are giant killers. And have been. Ask Courtney McDonald at New Hampton if Denver's a giant killer. They did it for years to them. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 up, 1 down. A big K there for Ethan Chapin. That'll bring up Braxton Sauerbrei. The freshman bats .239 on the year.
Number 1, that brings up to the plate. Number 3, Braxton Sauerbrei.
Our game brought to you by Rolling Forward, Cedar Valley ENT Clinics, Waverly Health Center, Dilleville Oil Company, Waverly Tire Company, and St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School. Right-hander Chapin misses outside. Just the second ball he's thrown so far today. Pretty remarkable. Chapin going from the windup, of course, with nobody on. And 1 out, bounces it there, 2-0. But yeah, that card from the seniors, again, a big thank you to them. Carson Craven, Cole Steggy, Ethan Hennings, Ombachenka, Jacob Lord, Cohen Tibbetts, Chance Key, Corbin Dewey, and Jackson Garman all signed it as well, so that's pretty neat. One missed the zone by a lot. 3-0. Chapin looks superb. The first batter, now he can't find the strike zone. Kind of looks like a little 3 blind mice moment here. Let's see if he can get right back to it, because he's been anywhere but in the strike zone. But he's just been way off. And this particular at bat, there he is, right down Cherry Street, strike 1. Just thinking of those seniors, though, as there's a wind, the kick, the fire, ground ball over to shortstop. One of those seniors, Graven, vacuums it up, throws to first. Throw is high, and he got him, a sweep tag. Corbin Dewey got him on the shoulder. Good job. A couple of seniors making a good play there. Graven, throw wasn't good enough, but Dewey was able to swipe that down. But I think of these seniors, and the thing that always hits me about baseball is that graduation ceremony is not, at least if they're like me, was not that emotional. It was just a thing. It was emotional for Mom. But baseball ending was when it hit me that it was over. Pitch bounces. Boy, that was nowhere near the zone. 1-0 to Mitchell DeVries. Mitch DeVries, a senior batting .250. He's a very good athlete. But yeah, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. When baseball ended, high school everything was finally done. Swing and a miss. I mean, we did summer orientation at Wartburg when I was a senior in the middle of baseball season. But even that, I registered for classes. It still didn't feel like dormitory life was beckoning until baseball ended. In that district game, well, fouled away, 1-2. And you come into every game never expecting it to be the last. So for those seniors and their parents, just know, enjoy it, savor it. Because July 8th starts postseason play. Curveball, blooper into center field is hit pretty high, but underneath it is Ethan Hennings. 3 up, 3 down. Quick work by the Go Hawks. They'll go to bat when we come back in the bottom of the first on the K-Way Sports Network.
We are family.
Hey, kids, can we give the singing a little break? It's a long way till we get to the hotel, and since we got our new quiet and comfortable riding tires from Waverly Tire Company, you don't need to sing so loud. And since Waverly Tire Company took the time to find out exactly how we use the car, we got a great set of tires that should last longer, and I even saved a little money so we can stay an extra day on vacation.
Yay!
I've got a feeling we're going to spend a little more time in the car this summer. So let's find something else to do instead of singing.
Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet?
Hold on. How does that go again?
We are family.
Visit Waverly Tire Company across from Dollar Tree on 4th Street South today to make sure you save money and get the best tires to keep your family safe this summer. Because at Waverly Tire Company,
we are family.
No score after a half inning. Denver's taking the field. They look like this defensively from left to right in the outfield. It's Hudson Mercado in left, Ethan Ryder in center, Braxton Sauerbry is in right. Around the horn, the Cyclones go Logan Hanlon at third, Chase McEwen at short, Mitch DeVries at second, Brady Hartman at first. The catcher is Jordan Nuss, and the pitcher is right-hander Bo Bonnet. He's a senior with an 0-3 record. His ERA is 8.95. Opponents bat .291 against him in 2 1/3 innings. He's walked 21, hit 4, and struck out 16. As Carson Graven will lead things off. Graven batting .370 on the season. His walk-up music there as he strides to the plate. Waiting for the pitch, righty versus righty. And that's a called strike as Graven didn't offer the one right around his knees. Good pitch from Bonnet's. Bonnet's pretty athletic family. Allison Bonnet on the girls' side has been great in just about everything she's done. Ground ball, first base side, fielded by the first baseman, underhand to the pitcher, who gathers his feet and stabs his foot onto the pillow. That's a 3-1 putout of Carson Graven. Haven't seen a lot of that on the year. That may be one of the first like that I've seen all season long, which is kind of strange. You don't see too many easy ones like that where the pitcher is over there.
Stockdale.
Yesterday, the Go Hawks didn't have anybody batting over 400. Well, Dylan Stockdale changed that. He went from 398 to 415. He's got the highest batting average on the team, but there's one out and nobody on, and he flares one foul on the first base side. Little girl over there will run over joyously to get the round ball. 0-1, one out, nobody aboard here in the bottom of inning number 1. No score yet. Curveball high. Boy, he was grinding in his glove. If he does it every time he throws a curve, the Go Hawks will figure that out. A lot of room down the right field line. Much better way of setting up the outfield than we saw last night against Crestwood. They foolishly left way too much room in right center. And there's a couple triples that way in game 2 because of that, as the ball's fouled away. 1-2 the count. Game brought to you by Janesville Lumber Company, Butler Brewery Communications, New Hampton Red Power, First Bank of Waverly Plainfield, Cedar Falls, First Maxfield Mutual Insurance, People's Insurance, Fidelity Bank and Trust, and the Scoop Feed and Supply. Next pitch inside, good eye by Dylan Stockdale to keep it 2-2. That was a close one, and he held off. 2-2, 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. Stockdale waiting for the pitch. Bonnet going from the stretch, by the way. Hits Stockdale, so he'll find his way on. The hit by pitch. That's the 10th time Stockdale's been hit by a pitch this year. That brings up Chance Key, who's the designated hitter today.
Number 25, Chance Key.
He's batting .352 with 2 home runs, which is tied for the team lead. He's second on the team in RBIs with 30. And again, Denver's best RBI guy has 8. Chance Key, is second on the team with 30. Corbin Dewey is on deck, has 33. That's a monumental number. Let's get an update from the softball game coming up here in just a little bit. That's over on Y99.3. It's a doubleheader. They're in game 1. Pitch is high. Stockdale slides a second, and he is out. First time all season he's been caught stealing. Good throw by Jordan Nuss. Got him. Didn't get a very good jump, and that's the first time all season he's been caught. So now there's 2 outs, nobody on. So over on Y99.3, Waverly Shark batted around in the 5th. It's 5-4 Go Hawks in the middle of the 6th inning up at Michelson Park in New Hampton. So big inning for the Go Hawk Gals to get up ahead by 1. Curveball inside corner, drops in for a strike. It's a 1-1 count to Chance Key. So again, Graven grounded out to the pitcher. Then Stockdale was hit by a pitch, but then thrown out as he was trying to steal. First time caught stealing all season. And here we are just days away from the postseason. A pitch way high up over a leaping Jordan Nuss. The catcher couldn't get up to that. Wind is blowing out here. Not ferociously, but it's just nice to see the flags going that way if you're a batter. I haven't seen it blowing out for a long time. Inside pitch, swung on and missed by Chance Key, who just mistimed it. More than the change of trajectory, it was the change of pace that made the difference. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Nobody on. Bottom of the first, no score. Chance Key trying to be aboard for Waverly Shellrock. Take one inside. The count runs full for the first time today. There's a full count. Crowd buzzing down below with all those youth baseball players here. You see some young guys leaning up against the fence with their fingers into the netting. Back behind home plate, and there's ball 4 to Chance Key. So he'll get on with Corbin Dewey now up to bat. Dewey, as I mentioned, has the team lead in RBIs at 33. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 2. Has the team lead in doubles with 14 and bats 368. It's a lot of team leads. He's got 52 total bases. That also leads the team. Corbin Dewey stepping into the box. He's a right-hander. Go Hawks trying to get a 2-out rally and get something on the board. The JV team was prolific, winning 14-0 in no time flat. Neither team scored in this game, though. Pitch outside. Nuss gives a look at the runner at first, scaring him back to the bag, just in case there was a snapback throw to the first baseman. Dewey waiting for the pitch. Throw over softly to first base. Key gets back standing. That was just a lob. Certainly is not Bo Bonnet's best move. So don't get your lead too much more because he may be setting you up. Key's got a pretty big lead, though, for him. He's got his weight back to first, though. Curveball low. 2-0. And while we have a moment, let's pause. 10 seconds. First station identification.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network. K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3. 96.3.
Pitch is outside. Strike called. 2-1 the count to Corbin Dewey with 2 outs and a runner at first.
Waverly Shark hosting Denver in a single non-conference varsity game. Swing and a miss by Dewey on a pitch on the outer half. A lot of twos on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at first base. Nobody's gotten a hit for the Go Hawks. Nobody's put in play other than the dribbler back to the first baseman that was flipped over to the pitcher. 3-1 put out by Graven right at the beginning. There's been a hit by pitch and a walk. Not that the Go Hawks needed to put anything into play. The caught stealing made the difference to get to the second out. Flair into center field. Should be an easy play right at Ryder, and he'll make the grab. 1 stranded, no hits, no score. We go to the second inning. Go Hawks and Cyclones. 0-0 on the K-Way Sports Network.
Go from mailbox to inbox with paperless billing. Now's the time to switch to Waverly Utilities paperless billing, which means you'll receive your statements via email rather than the snail mail. With Waverly Utilities paperless billing, you'll have 1 less bill in your mailbox each month and less clutter on your kitchen counter. Plus, you'll help them use less paper and save some trees. Call Waverly Utilities today to switch to paperless billing.
Making life better, making life easy. Waverly Utilities.
For over 155 years, First National Bank has served our communities with commitment and dedication of providing quality financial services. Hi, this is Steve Williamson with First Bank. While our name has changed from First National Bank to First Bank, everything else is the same. We're the same us with just a new name. You will see the same friendly, dedicated staff when you visit any of our locations, and we will be offering the same great products and services to fit your financial needs. At First Bank, we are excited for the future and look forward to serving you first. Member FDIC.
No score as Denver comes up to bat with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters against Ethan Chapin. Chase McEwen up to bat, the freshman, batting a team best .357. He's got the only home run on the season for Denver. The ball always carries well to left center at Denver for some reason, so kind of surprised they've only got the 1 home run. It's not like it's short. There's a pitch outside of Chapin, but I don't know what it is. But the ball, I don't know if it's a jet stream there, or maybe it's just one of those things where you think you see something and then you have a little confirmation bias. But it feels like it always moves well out there. Pitch outside, 2-0. Now, maybe that there's just been some thumpers for Denver over the last several years that I've been able to watch. 2-0 count, Chapin. When he misses, he's nowhere near this zone. And then when he throws, he's right down the middle. Strike as that ball is hit over the head of the shortstop and in front of the outfield for a single by McEwen. You can see why he's the best batter on the team. Finds another way to get on. Brady Hartman up to bat. Senior with the team best 8 RBIs. He bats .210 on the season. He's a lefty. But as I was saying, Chapin's ball pitches have been way out of the zone. But then when he throws strikes, they look lovely. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. But it's been working well. Other than that one single, he's been pretty good. Bunt. Right back to the pitcher. Picks it up, throws to first. Stretch got him. Sacrifice bunt by Hartman. Good stretch by Dewey. He makes everybody look good. And when he stretches out like that, gives you those extra inches to get the ball to the mitt a little faster. Runner was pushed over to second, so good job by Brady Hartman to do his job. That brings up Logan Hanlon. The freshman bats .158 on the year. He's got a .360 on base percentage, so he's a patient hitter. Has the most walks on the team for Denver with 12. Runner at second being held on by the second baseman Rose. Throw down the middle, popped up and out of play right next to the bleachers on the first base side. 0-1 to Hanlon. The Go Hawks that hold the runner on, they'll be clapping their mitts and everything, but they don't actually stand on second. Last night, Crestwood would have guys just standing on second like they were a first baseman. Curveball drops low. 1-1. And what that does is it just opens up the entire right side of the infield. And it's just not a very wise way to cover the runner at second. A lot of wasted space.
Ball hit on the ground, right to Rose. That's why you don't do that. Went right to him. And he throws to first for out number 2. And that's why if he was standing on second covering, as McEwen goes over to third, but like Crestwood was last night, that ball would have gotten through for sure. It's fairly sharply hit, but because he was just close to the bag, but not on the bag, he's able to get over there. Those little things make a difference as Jordan Nuss comes up to bat. Nuss, a freshman, batting 87 this year. Our game brought to you by Dale Howard Auto Center, Wooden Foot Saloon, CUSB Bank, Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill, Waverly Family Dentistry, and Waverly Utilities. Balls hit into left field on the run. Getting the ball in the shallow left center gap is Dylan Stockdale. And that will end the top half of the inning. 1 hit, 1 stranded, none scored. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Go Hawks up after this on the K-Way Sports Network.
Life is complicated enough. Why not simplify it? Hi, I'm Andrew Kaler with the Denver Insurance Agency. Our multi-policy discounts offer great ways to get lower rates for each policy, and it's a perfect way to make sure our customers get our best deals. Call today. Let's talk savings when we bundle your farm, home, and auto insurance. We're Denver Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual Insurance provider. Call today, 984-6151. We're committed to making sure our customers get our best deals.
Show your hometown pride and give back to area booster clubs by ordering a MyPick school mascot debit card from Fidelity Bank and Trust. Visit bankfidelity.bank to get yours today. Each quarter, we'll donate to the school's booster club, totaling $5 per card ordered. Don't see your school card? Contact us to learn how to get added. Fidelity Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters are due up for the Go Hawks. That means Abram Rage, the junior catcher, batting .228, will get a first crack at Bo Bonnet.
Number 17, Abram Rage.
Abram Rage striding to the plate. To his walk-up music. Or hip-hop for these guys, and walk-up music. Usually baseball, you get a lot of classic rock. Kind of easy listening classic rock. Or AC/DC, but usually more easy listening, pitch bounces on, a little CCR-esque music. Spirit in the Sky or something like that. But, these guys, whatever it takes. Whatever kind of music gets you hits, that's all that matters to Go Hawk fans. Pitch inside. It's interesting that each sport has their own kind of soundtrack. Football is 80s, hair, heavy metal stuff. Basketball is a lot of hip-hop. Baseball is a lot of that 70s, not hard, but rock, Steve Miller Band type music. Swing and a miss. Strike one. I'd say volleyball's very similar to basketball in the soundtrack for it. Rugby almost identical to football because of, it's kind of the same feel. Ball hit hard over the third baseman's head who is playing in. That's at least one bag. Rage is going to give it a look. He's going to head to second, and he will get there with a feet first slide. Didn't need to slide, but he did. So the third baseman, Hanlon, was playing in. It wouldn't have made a difference, but it was a humpback line drive right over his head into left field right down the line. Lance Myers now a run at second after Abram Rage gets a leadoff double for the Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks. That brings up Ethan Hennings, the senior, batting .254. He had a triple last night. Leads the team with 3 triples.
For the Go Hawks, number 8, Ethan Hennings.
Hennings with those stirrup socks showing.
Lance Myers.
Pure white batting gloves. Looks like you could handle antiquities with those things on. A bunt down the third base side. Can it stay fair? It does not. If it was fair, Hennings was going to get there easy. Will he do that when they know it's coming now? It wouldn't be a bad idea. Although I don't think he would do it. I mean, it's a better idea to sneak that one there. That's where you miss playing on grass, like real grass, because that ball would have nestled in to some thick grass, but here on the field turf, it just continues to spin and spin and spin until it goes foul. Runner dives back. Nobody's covering those. Myers thought the shortstop McEwen was at the bag. McEwen was there and then left. Better safe than sorry, though, as a base runner. Shortstop still holding. Curveball spins away from the zone. 1-1 to Ethan Hennings. Our game brought to you by Denver Insurance Agency, Jerry Rolling Motors, American Family Insurance Custody Agency, Inc., Johnson Financial Services, Dale Service, and Folkridge Financial Services, to name a few. Pitch high, 2-1. Hennings has Bonnet thinking of what might happen. Catcher has to restrap one of the buckles on his shin guards. Umpire stops time for that. Now we're ready to go. It's a 2-1 count to Ethan Hennings with nobody out and a runner at second as Abram Rage led off the inning with a double. Foul ball will ricochet into the Denver dugout. Actually hit right behind Dustin Reward's leg. Coach Rewards, of course, has a history in the Waverly Shell Rock School District. His wife, assistant volleyball coach for the Go Hawks. Coach Wooden has said this upcoming season will be here last. See what happens. I can tell you, the Bethany Rewards, if that happens, will be asked to be the head coach. I don't know what her thoughts on that are, but she definitely will be. She does a great job. This is a ball fouled by Hennings. Stays 2-2. Obviously, Coach Wooden has been such a fixture at Waverly Shark for so long that I got to see it to believe it when she's actually done. And one of the most winning high school volleyball coaches in the nation. Over 1,000 match wins, and when they started, you'd play like 10 matches a year. Unbelievable what she's done. Unbelievable. All fouled away. It was a curved ball, goes up over the screen, and then right next to the door to the press box here. Stays 2-2. But Go Hawks are blessed with a lot of really, really good coaches. Men and women that know what they're doing and care about the kids. Pitch high, gets over the head of the catcher. Running to third is Myers. He'll get there standing, and the count is full to Ethan Hennings, and still nobody out. Full count. Ethan Hennings up to bat. Lots of ways to get an RBI here. You can actually get an RBI with a pass ball. Technically, just because you're at bat, gets prolonged and they get scared of your bat. And if it goes in the dirt between the catcher's legs or in the turf, you get that RBI. Pitch is high over the catcher's head. Here it comes. Long bounce. Shovel to the pitcher, not in time. And going to second is Hennings on that. So the Go Hawks score. A wild pitch scores Lance Myers, the courtesy runner from third. Hennings is walking to first. Now walking is just the euphemism. He was sprinting to first, and the ball caromed hard off the back mat. And the catcher, Nuss, had a chance to flip to Bonnet and maybe get the runner on his way home. But Ethan Hennings during the whole time was not satisfied with first. He took second as well as Sam Rose comes up to bat. That's 268. A bunt, third base side. Oh, beautifully done. Runner makes it to third, and the runner makes it to first. A bunted single, and there's runners at the corners. Awesome bunt by Sam Rose. Really an awesome bunt. That brings up Jacob Lord, who bats 145. Careened a ball to left center field last night. By the way, over on Y99.3, New Hampton tied it, and then it goes to extras, 5-5 in extra innings in Game 1 over at Michelson Park over on Y99.3. I won't be mad if you switch over that for that excitement for a little while. Just make sure to come back here to K-Way Country. Jacob Lord, though, would mind. He wants you to listen to what he's about to do here. Pitch is high, runner goes to second. Fake cut play. The throw actually went through, but it was nowhere near Sam Rose as he takes second. Pitch is called a ball to the 8-hitter Jacob Lord. Left fielder Marcado playing basically left center. There's a lot of room down the left field line. The center fielder also squeezing that gap. Pitches down the middle, strike one. That's where Lord hit it yesterday. He hit it right in between those guys. So I don't know if they saw that or heard about it, maybe listening to the broadcast last night, but they've got that gap pinched on Jacob Lord. Pitch to Lord is high. It's flared into the air, high into right field, shallow right field. This one's a long run. There's a tag. He's going to come home safe. A sac fly. Sauerbrei made the grab. Jacob Lord gets the first out of the inning, but it's a very productive out there. It's a sacrifice fly. The Go Hawks now lead 2-0 as Sam Rose is at second base with just one out, and Aiden Hofert up to bat, the sophomore batting .348.
Aiden Hofert.
Hofert, that lefty, leans in on his front foot as he waits, holding the bat on his left shoulder, staring right at the pitcher. Then he'll go back, and again, he looks like a spring uncoiling when he bats. As the pitch is outside, 1-0 to Hofert. 2-0 Go Hawks lead, bottom of the second inning, playing just one 7-inning baseball game. Bonnet sets. Hofert, his front foot just on the toe. Pitch high. He just puts his toe down, his entire heel's off. Whatever he's been doing's been working. Another bunt wouldn't be half bad either. Pitch high, 3-0. I wouldn't bunt now. I mean, if the guy's going to give you first, don't give him an out. It's 3-0. Denver, not a lot of pitching depth, said Coach Rewerts. It just, sometimes, you're a public school. You get what you have, and in some years you just don't have a lot of pitching. Pitch inside, ball 4. Hofert will take his base. Runners at first and second. The top of the lineup comes up for Waverly Shell Rock. Coach Rewerts will make a visit to the mound. Now, I was talking about the Go Hawks draw in the postseason. I don't know if you saw this, but they announced it today. The Go Hawks are the 2 seed, taking on 7 seed South Tama on July 8th. They'll play the winner of 3 seed Clear Creek Amana and Charles City, 6 seed if they win, on the 11th at Harm Stadium. On the other side of the bracket, it's 1 seed Western Dubuque against 8 seed Crestwood, 4 seed Decorah versus 5 seed Benton. The Sub-State Championship would be on the 13th of July at Farley Community Park. Yeah, most of Western Dubuque stuff is in Piasta, but Farley Community Park's a nice little ball diamond. Been there several times, calling Go Hawk action there. So that's where the Sub-State Championship would be. But it's a tough Sub-State. Western Dubuque, Clear Creek Amana, Waverly, Shell Rock, Decorah, all pretty good. Benton, Charles City, both have puncher's chances. Crestwood's the 8th seed. For a reason, I don't think they have a chance of getting through. No offense to them if they're listening. Who knows? It surprised me. And South Tama surprised the Go Hawks 2 years ago right here on this very field. So you can't count the Trojans out, even though they're 6-21. They play in a tough league and in the Walmack. So you know that they are battle-tested. First pitch was a strike to Graven. Runners at first and second with 1 out on the board. They'll check to the runner at second. He's back in plenty of time. That's Rose at second. Hofert is at first. The only out was Jacob Lord, who had a sacrifice fly. Bonnet going from the stretch, as he always does. Next pitch popped up, first base side. Nobody's going to be able to advance unless it's dropped. And it's caught by the first baseman, Hartman, who had to pedal back and reach up over his head and grab that for out number 2. That'll bring up Dylan Stockdale, was hit by a pitch earlier tonight. And I asked Coach, though, about how he felt about his postseason draw. Here's what he had to say.
Number 4.
Sub-State, you got the 2 seed. You're taking on South Tama first round on the 8th. How do you like that draw?
We feel really good about it. Obviously, getting the 2 seed and having the opportunity to possibly host 2 games, that's always big, especially playing here at Hurdle. And so we obviously can't take South Tama lightly. I believe it was 2 years ago when they actually came up here in a 2-7 matchup and got us. So, we have to be ready for them right away. So, definitely excited, but at the same time, we have to be ready for South Tama.
First pitch to Dylan Stockdale's a ground ball to the second base. A little 4-6 put out of the lead runner, and that ends the inning. But the Go Hawks get 2 runs on the board. They lead 2-0 as we go to the 3rd. You're listening to Waverly, Shell Rock, and Denver Baseball on the K-Way Sports Network.
If you want the right car and you want it simple, there's no pressure, we just here to please ya. Cherry Rolling Motors is right for you.
40 years of sales, 40 years of service, 40 years of commitment.
Hi, I'm Craig Gunderson.
General Manager.
And I'm Caleb Admire, Sales Manager.
And we're here to celebrate 40 years of being in business.
We would like to thank our community, employees, and our loyal customers for the opportunity to serve all of your needs over the past 40 years.
Here at Jerry Rolling, we're proud to call Waverly home. Our success is a result of this great community standing with us over the past 40 years.
As we navigate the future, one thing is certain. We look forward to providing exceptional sales, service, and support to our community and customers alike. That is our commitment to you.
From all of us at Jerry Rolling, thank you.
Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you. Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you.
Top of the third inning, Denver up to bat, down 2-0 to the Go Hawks. First pitch is a curveball that is a feeble pop up to second base and caught as Logan Beatty, the DH, is retired on one pitch. That brings up Ethan Ryder, the freshman, batting 135. He's in the 9 spot in playing center field for the Cyclones. Ryder looking over to Coach Rewerts, who probably doesn't have much to say other than, well, you got to get on, buddy. One out, nobody on after one pitch. Chapin fires. It's a bunt. It's missed. Strike one. And I asked Coach about Chapin and what he's going to bring to the table.
Ethan Chapin on the mound. Tell us about what he throws.
Ethan does a really good job mixing up pitches. He's thrown quite a few strikes for us this year, and so just getting ahead in the count has made him successful so far this year, and if he can do that tonight, he'll be in a good spot.
The 0-1 pitch is inside and tight. 1-1 the count to Ethan Ryder. The last Cyclone to see the Go Hawk pitcher Ethan Chapin for the first time. The lights have just started to turn on here at Hurdle Field as the sun is covered by clouds. Pitch high. Now, I know there's a chance of some rain tonight, but it doesn't look like those clouds have any in them. They're mostly cumulus clouds right now. Again, you could have a thunderstorm here tonight, but I wouldn't expect it to be anytime soon. Swing and a miss, strike two to Ryder. Count even 2-2. With them one out, nobody on. Again, the Go Hawks picked up 2 runs in the bottom of the second. They lead 2-0. They've out-hit Denver 2-1 thus far in this game. So not a lot of knocking the ball around by either team. Curveball spins outside. Count runs full. Been a nice crowd here tonight. A lot of young kids taking this one in. See some kids on parents' lap watching the baseball game. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a high fastball. That is the second strikeout of the game for Chapin, the second out of the inning, and that brings up Hudson Mercado, who struck out to begin the ball game earlier tonight.
That brings up to the plate number 2, Hudson Mercado.
Nice family atmosphere here, though, at the ballpark. Chapin's been pretty efficient in this. He's used 7 pitches to get his 2 outs. Pitch outside, ball 1. Game brought to you by Waverly Box and Pallet, Chad Heim Excavating, Yoder Construction, Taco John's in Waverly. Hey, it's a Taco Tuesday, and Waverly Shrock Area United Way. He sets, throws, curveball just outside. Didn't miss by a whole lot. It certainly missed, but it did not miss by much. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Mercado trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Denver Cyclones. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Go Hawk outfielders playing fairly shallow, especially the corner outfielders. Mercado swings and misses again at a fastball right up above his hands that he just couldn't catch up to. 2-2 count. Softball game, by the way, is going to the 9th inning. Pitch high. Full count for the second batter in a row. Last time Chapin ran him full, he then rung him up. Chapin gets a sign he likes. Sets, throws high. Ball 4, and the Cyclones have a man aboard. The over on Y99.3, it's going to the 9th inning, 5-5 between Waverly Shrock and the New Hampton Chickasaws in game 1 of a doubleheader.
After the walk, that brings up to the plate number 3, Braxton Sauerbrei.
Braxton Sauerbrei up to bat. Runner at first does not have a big lead. Pitch outside. Rage blocks it as it's in the turf. 1-0. Dewey will hold the runner on at first, but I wouldn't think there's going to be a lot of throws over there as Coach Rewert's flashing signs, tapping ear and knee and bill of cap. So few teams do signs anymore. Runner takes off. It's foul tip. So whatever that sign was, that was the sign to go. But it didn't matter as there's a foul tip on the swing. Count is 1-1. You know, they did the signals and the armband. Eventually, signs will come back into vogue because kids won't be used to stealing them. Eventually, the assistant coaches and head coaches might not be used to seeing them either. Like most things, sports kind of have little cycles to the fads. Pitch high and tight. Runner stays at first, 2-1. In a mix of blue skies and some really big white clouds. Sun is off to the left as it's still in the western sky. Throw to first base, runner's back. It's a 2-1 count to Braxton Sauerbrei, who grounded out to Carson Graven his first time up. Actually, the throw was high, and Corbin Dewey had to sweep tag onto his shoulder. Ball hit on the ground over to Graven. Backhander. He stops it, but he will not be able to make the play. That's a single. That was a really tough play for Graven. He got over there, was able to stop the ball. But even if he fields that, he's so deep that I don't know if he can turn, throw, and get Sauerbrei. So we'll give it a single. That brings up Mitch DeVries. Both teams now with 2 hits in the game. DeVries flew out to center field. Not a lazy fly ball. But there's runners on. Curveball high, left alone by DeVries. As I said before, DeVries is just a really good athlete, too. Pitch down the middle, skips up over the pitcher's head, but right to Rose, who's already standing on the bag and has the tag for out number 3. 2 men on, nobody scored. We go to the bottom of the third. The Go Hawks lead 2-0. You're listening to Waverly Shellrock Baseball on the K-Way Sports Network.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Christy DeMuth, agent. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps.
Honey, what are you eating? Get out of there. We don't eat dog food. If you've got kids and a dog, then that probably sounds familiar. But why are you feeding your dog something you're afraid your kids will also eat? Shop for your dog food at the Scoop Feed and Supply at the corner of Wagner Road and Airline Highway in Waterloo for the best food for your dogs from Victor, Exclusive, Signature, and From, and more. At the Scoop Feed and Supply, they're proud to carry the best food to keep your dog healthy and happy for many years to come. So if you're serious about your dog's health and well-being, get their food from the experts at the Scoop Feed and Supply in Waterloo today. The Scoop Feed and Supply. They feed everything but humans. Waverly Shellrock 2, Denver nothing as we go to the bottom of the third inning with the 3-hitter, designated hitter Chance Key leading things off. He walked his last time up, takes a pitch low. And again, he's a DH hitting for Chapin. He'd been playing right field. Last year he played a lot of second base and right field. Obviously pitches as well. One of the Go Hawk aces, if not the Go Hawk ace. Foul down 1-1. But I asked Coach playing in the DH spot, allowing Holford to play right field, and maybe whether that's something he wants to keep doing. And in just a little bit, you'll hear what Coach B.J. Hermsen had to say about that question, which I think is an interesting one. Obviously, I asked it. That's why I think it's interesting.
Chance Key's at DH. Is that kind of how you see your lineup being most of the time?
We're just kind of toying around with a few things right now, just seeing a few different lineups, seeing what we can do come postseason time. And so just trying to mix up a few things and see how it plays out.
And let's see how it plays out right now. It's a 1-2 count to Key. Pitch is low and outside. 2-2 now to Chance Key. I don't think it's a bad idea. Now, Chance Key is not a natural right fielder. There's sometimes when he just doesn't get the best jumps on things. I'm not trying to be hard on him, but he's a kid who's been kind of bounced around in positions, and I would venture to guess that right field is not his favorite thing in the world as he fouls one off. But when he gets the ball out there, man, can he throw it in. I mean, that 9-3 he had at Charles City, where you throw a guy out at first on a single, is so tough to deal with. I mean, a guy can throw you out like that. It's such a big weapon. He's thrown guys out at the plate. So he does play a pretty good right field. Pitch bounces, about a 50-foot pitch. Count goes full. But obviously, his bat is best asset other than the pitching. So it's an interesting idea. Aiden Hofert looks a little more comfortable fielding the ball. Not as strong as an arm as Key. Ball hit on a line in between short and third. That is a single for Chance Key. And for the second inning in a row, the leadoff man is aboard. That brings up Corbin Dewey, who flew out to center field his last time up.
After the single, that brings up to the plate number 26, Corbin Dewey.
Flags blowing out here tonight. 340 down the lines, 360 to the power alleys, 380 to straightaway center field here at Hurdle Field, the campus of Wartburg College. Harms Stadium, the stadium name now. Ball hit hard, line drive, left field side, back-to-back singles. Runners at first and second. Dewey just spanked it over the shortstop's head. That brings up Abram Rage, who had a double his last time up and scored a run with the courtesy runner.
After the hit, that brings up to the plate for the Go Hawks, number 17, Abram Rage.
And all the youth players here in their gold shirts, a couple different varieties of them, but good to see these guys here. They're watching today. Blink your eyes a couple times, and they'll be the ones playing here. That's how you build a program. Keep your young kids interested and out for the sport. Pitch bounces. Both runners advance to second and third. Nobody out still. 1-0 the count to Abram Rage. Baseball is probably the hardest sport to keep kids out for that are involved in other activities, because there's summer camps for football going on right now, and basketball, and everything under the sun. And so I think baseball coaches have to work the hardest to spark a love in the sport and keep it there. Ground ball, third base side to get through. Just stayed fair. It got by Hanlon. One run will score. Corbin Dewey round in third, and another double for Abram Rage. And this time two are plated. It's 4-0 Go Hawks. That thing walked the tightrope down the third baseline, just got by Hanlon, and Key and Dewey are plated as Abram Rage adds a couple of Folkerts Financial Services insurance runs. Help insure your family's future by calling Folkerts Financial Services.
Ethan
Hennings up to bat. He walked and scored a run last time up. Lance Myers, who scored a run as a courtesy runner, is back at second. You're a courtesy runner and you've yet to stand on first base. That's a good feeling. And you're courtesy running. Sometimes if that happens, it just means you've just sat next to, Coach Hying in the dugout the whole time. Second baseman holding. Ball fouled away. Waverly Sharks softball has gone up 7-5. It's going to the bottom of the ninth, where New Hampton will bat over on Y99.3. Ethan Hennings with an 0-1 count against him as after the foul away. Nobody out. Runner at second base. After a 2 RBI double by Abram Rage, his second double of the game. Gotta love that for Abram. Kid who needs confidence going into the postseason. Everybody needs confidence going into the postseason. Who am I kidding? Pitch high in sight. 1-1 now to Hennings. Wouldn't be surprised if Hennings tries to sneak a bunt down the third baseline as the Third baseman Hanlon's playing way back. Now, it wouldn't be as sneaky as it would have been the first time he was up. He's not going to. He dribbles one that same side, stays fair. Third baseman throws to first, not in time. Hennings is safe. It's a single because he's not an error, but the runner at second made Hanlon have to pump a few times and keep Myers close, but Hennings is so stinking fast. He's at first base. That brings up Sam Rose, who had a single his last time up. The Go-Hawks have had 4 hits in a row, 3 singles and a double. Ground ball, shortstop side. Dropped by the shortstop. There's an error, and everybody's safe. And E6 on McEwen. And the bases are loaded for Jacob Lord, who had a sacrifice fly his last time up to bat. 4-0 already. Go Hawks with the lead. Nobody out. The bases are absolutely juiced. And Jacob Lord would like to squeeze the juice out of him.
Number 14, Jacob Lord.
Jacob Lord, fresh off that monster triple last night. Had a sac fly earlier this game and a ball hit into right field. Bonnet has the ball dribble over to shortstop from Lord. The throw to first. Dropped. Everybody's safe. 1 run scores. The runner from third comes home, slides, and is safe. Another bad throw. Lord goes to second as the pitcher backing up the catcher stopped it. So it's an E on the play. Another error on a low throw. That should have been an out. Rage's courtesy runner Myers comes home to score. Hennings, who went over to third when the throw was bad, also came home. Rose, who was on his way to second, went over to third on that bad throw. And then Jacob Lord, when the throw went by the catcher, went over to second. So runners at second and third, nobody out. 6-0 Waverly Shark with Aiden Hofert, the left-hander, up to bat. Ball fouled away over the backstop toward the railroad tracks behind us. You know, it's youth baseball night when you hear all those feet running down to go get every foul ball. A lot of competition for it tonight. Ball hit into right field. This one's right at the right fielder. That's long enough for a sacrifice fly. The first out of the inning is a sac fly, so an incredibly big inning on the books already for the Go-Hawks. They've scored 5 runs.
And to the plate, number 1, Carson Graven.
Lord's at second. The first 5 guys up this inning have already scored. There's 1 out with Carson Graven up to bat. He's the 8th batter of the 3rd inning for Waverly Shell Rock. No action in the bullpen for Denver. And probably, most likely, if there's a replacement pitcher, he's on the field. Runner at second base, Carson Graven, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a pop out to first is up to bat, so be on alert. Hartman over there at first. Pitch down the middle called strike 1-1. Waverly Shell Rock 7. Denver nothing. Bottom of the 3rd. Go Hawks didn't score in the first, got 2 in the second, 5 already here in the 3rd. And I say already because there's only 1 out and a 2-1 count against Graven with the runner at second base. Graven's the top of the lineup, so you would think the Go Hawks aren't exactly going to get easy all of a sudden. Denver's going to have to earn these outs, and it's going to be yeoman's work. They throw over to second base to keep the runner close. Lord got back with just a little waltz over there. Bonnet sets, trying to get even. Ball flown high in the air to left center. This is a cloud popper. It will be caught. Lord will have to stay at second as Ryder, the center fielder, caught the ball for out number 2. That brings up Dylan Stockdale, the only Go Hawk that's not batted yet this inning. He's 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice and a hit by pitch.
After the fly for out number 2, that brings up to the plate number 4, Dylan Stockdale.
Stockdale, righty, who bats way back in the backside of the box. Nearly has his right foot on the back line. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch was high. I don't believe he was going to bunt. Jacob Lord stuck at second after reaching on an error. Couple errors this inning after 4 straight hits. And that's a recipe for disaster. Well, Stockdale's trying to bunt again. This time barely taps it. 1-1. That was just grazed off the middle. One count. Moms and dads sit with their younger kids explaining the situation here. Pitch high. 2-1. Seven nothing Waverly Shell Rock. Matt Ray here with you on K-Way Country AM 1470, FM 96.3, KWayRadio.com, on our free mobile app and the TuneIn app. Pitch inside, hit hard into left field, and this is going to be caught. Really well hit, but Mercado was positioned well, and he retires Stockdale to end the inning. 3 guys get out in a row, but the Go Hawks score 5. They lead 7-0 as we go to the 4th inning. Go Hawk baseball taking on Denver on the K-Way Sports Network.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. When it comes to protecting all your assets, give People's Insurance Agency a call. People's Insurance Agency's main office has been located in Waverly for 8 years. It is your family-owned, local, independent agency of neighbors helping neighbors in the surrounding area for the past 35 years. If you're looking for a quote with competitive rates or just have an insurance question, visit People's Insurance Agency in Waverly or call 352-6327 to talk with one of their friendly, knowledgeable insurance specialists. People's Insurance Agency. They strive for excellence in all they do.
Hi, this is Adam with Folkert's Financial Strategies. Life is busy with kids, activities, work, and that much-needed vacation. Who has time to think about retirement and life insurance? Well, we do at Folkert's Financial Strategies, and we'll worry about your insurance coverage and your retirement plan so you can get back to living your busy life. Come see us here at 410 West Bremer Avenue. Folkert's Financial Strategies.
7-0 Waverly Shark leads after a big bottom of the 3rd. They scored 5 runs. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters are due against Ethan Chapin. That means Chase McEwen, with a single last time up, will lead things off. And this inning, we'll take a look at famous events that occurred on this date in baseball history.
Leading off the inning for the Cyclones, number 9, Chase McEwen.
Final score on Y99.3, 7-5. Waverly Shark wins in 9. Emma Thompson, went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. She can rake. First pitch is a ball. Emma Thompson has been playing so well this season for Waverly Shark softball. And good for the Go Hawks getting a Game 1 win. We'll take a little break between the games, and then Game 2 will come up later on Y99.3. Pitch fouled, straight down, 1-1 the count. This day in baseball history, 1907, Branch Rickey, catcher for the New York Yankees, watched 12 Washington players steal safely in a 16-5 Washington Senators win. Of course, Branch Rickey would not be most famous for that. Most famous being the GM for the Dodgers. 1-1 pitch. Bounces home. Who had the good sense to sign Jackie Robinson, who had the quality of play and the absolute quality of character to be the man to break the color barrier in baseball. One of the most important things in the 20th century. Ball hit over the head of shortstop into center field really sharply by Chase McEwen. Good swing by him. That's his 2nd single of the game. That'll bring up Brady Hartman, who had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. But you think about Jackie Robinson, all he had to endure, and the quality of character. Branch Rickey asked him to do things that were difficult, like not respond, not retaliate, and the nation and baseball itself became different because of Branch Rickey. That said, Branch is behind the plate and tries stealing. Inside pitch, flown deep into right field. Long run. What a grab. Good job by Aiden Holford. Took the perfect angle. Holford took an absolute perfect angle on that moonshot to right. Now, if that was at Denver, that was either off the fence or out. Holford took the perfect angle deep and toward the line to grab that. He made that play look so much easier than it really is. Hartman, feel bad for him, hit it a mile and still out. Logan Hanlon up to bat. He grounded out to second base his last time up. Curveball spins right down the middle. This day in baseball history, 1910, Joe Tinker of the Chicago Cubs became the first major leaguer to steal home twice in the same game. Can you imagine that? That's unbelievable. Twice in the same game stealing home. Fly ball, center field, cloud popper. Hennings waits for it to come down and makes the grab for out number 2. So the runner stuck at first base still as Jordan Nuss up to bat. He flew out to left field. Fly out to right, fly out to center. Dylan Stockdale, I guess, should be ready. Follows the batter. This day in baseball history, 1919, Carl Mays of Boston pitched 2 complete games against the New York Yankees. His Red Sox won 2-0 in the first game and then lost 4-1 in the nightcap. 2 complete games. Can you imagine that? Curveball, strike 1, throw it on his second. Got him! Beautiful throw by Rage. They picked McEwen off. Gorgeous play. And the Go Hawks are up to bat when we come back up 7-0. You're listening to Go Hawk Baseball on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Tony Howard with Dale Howard Auto Center of Waverly, and we're happy to introduce ourselves as the newest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer in the Cedar Valley, located at the former Krieger Auto location. We've been family owned and operated since 1975, and we're excited about the opportunity to serve Waverly and the greater Cedar Valley area. At Dale Howard Auto Center, we're committed to helping you get there. Whether that means a new or pre-owned vehicle for your family or business, or having our service department help keep your current vehicle on the road, let us help you get there at Dale Howard Auto Center in Waverly.
Your wedding day will be beautiful and hectic. Sunrise Catering in Reedland believes you shouldn't have to worry about the catering on your big day. Sunrise Catering will handle everything, whether you have a formal sit-down or buffet-style meal. From paper and linens to silverware and china, Sunrise Catering will get it done. Plus, the food is amazing. Call Bev for reservations, 279-4089. You'll have plenty to think about on your wedding day. Catering won't be one of them when you trust Sunrise Catering in Reedland.
For the second inning in a row, Chance Key will lead things off as his Go Hawks lead 7-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning of this non-conference baseball game between Denver and Waverly Shellrock here in Waverly. A few more items on this day in baseball history, by the way, we'll get to. Chance Key comes into this at bat 1 for 1 of the walk, a single and a run scored, and he hits the ball straight up the middle. 1 pitch, 1 single, and the Go Hawks are back at it here in the 4th. Of course, they want to score 3 so that in the next half inning they could possibly end it early. The JV team won 14-0, so I know the varsity boys would like to do the same thing. Corbin Dewey's 1 for 2. He flew out to center, singled, and scored a run. Last inning, he scored that run. Chance Key wastes no time in this at-bat. Next pitch, flown into right field, hit high. Sauerbrey's kind of turned around. Now he finds it, and he makes the grab. Moonshot there. So there's the first out of the inning. That brings up Abram Rage, who's got 2 doubles today and 2 runs scored by his courtesy runner. This day in baseball history, 1984, Dwight Evans of the Boston Red Sox completes the cycle with a 3-run, 11th inning home run to beat the Seattle Mariners 9-6. What an exciting way to get the cycle with a 3-run game-winning home run in the 11th inning. That would be absolutely phenomenal to do, and I would love just to see it. Wouldn't that be fun? Pitches high to Abram Rage, 1-0 again. Rage has been on a tear here in this ball game. Put one right down the line last time he was up and cleared the bases of 2 Go Hawks. Ball flown into left center field. Here he goes again, maybe. No, it's going to be caught. It's going to be caught by the center fielder Ryder, but another good swing by Rage, and he's retired for out number 2. Runner stays at first base. 8th innings up to bat. He's 1 for 1 of the walk, a single, and 2 runs scored. Single is an infield single because, he's fast.
After the flyout for out number 2.
This day in baseball history, 1987, Mark McGuire homered twice to tie a major league record with 5 homers over 2 games. And Steve Ontiveros pitched a 2-hitter as the Oakland A's beat the Cleveland Indians 10-0 in that game. Mark McGuire, one of the Bash brothers, Jose Canseco, of course. Sun hiding behind one of the clouds out to our west. The lights are on here at Hurdle Field. Runner takes off to second. Curveball bounces by. Chance Key's got second. He's going to get third as well, as the catcher couldn't find it. A rare steal of second and third as he took off, got a huge jump. Pitcher never noticed him, and then the pitch is wild, and so Chance Key goes from first to third on that. And it's a ball to Ethan Hennings. 7-0 go Hawks with 2 outs. Runner at third base, bottom of the 4th inning. Matt Ray still with you. Ground ball, foul, third base side, 1-1 the count. Speaking of Matts, this day 1994, Matt Williams tied Willie Stargell's 1971 National League record for home runs before July with his 28th home run in San Francisco's 7-4 loss to Los Angeles. Matt Williams, one of those guys, strangely not as remembered as maybe he should be. When you think of the big guys, big names of the 90s, Matt Williams doesn't always come to the forefront of your mind. Pitch was low, 2-1. I mean, obviously, the 1998 home run race and all that happened there, there's a lot of home run hitters. Action in the bullpen for Denver. They most certainly need that, as Bonnet's running out of steam. Trying to see who that young man is out there. I can't read his uniform from here. Looks like it. I can't see. I'm just not going to venture a guess, as they've got maroon uniforms and maroon numbers. 3-1 the count to Ethan Hennings. Ball hit on the ground over to third base to throw to first. Bounces. It's an error. Run scores. Hennings is going to go to second. An E5. An E5 as Hanlon booted it. Chance Key, who stole for second and third earlier, that allowed him to score on that error and maybe influenced Hanlon being unsure about that throw. So a runner at second base, 2 outs, 8-0 Waverly Shark leads with Sam Rose up to bat.
Sam Rose.
Rose is 1 for 2 with a single. He also reached on an error and scored a run, so even though he's 1 for 2, he's been 2 for 2 on getting on. A bunt. Pitcher fields it, throws to first, bouncer. He's safe. Runner's going to come home as the ball bounced into the first baseman's glasses. So they bunted him over to third, and then coming home was Hennings for run number 9. Another error. That's an E1. This is a bad throw. And unfortunately, Brady Hartman had that ball bounce right up into his face, knocked his glasses, and he gets checked on. I think he's okay. Now, if Sam Rose scores this inning, the game's got that 10-run advantage, and the Go Hawks could possibly end this in the 5th. Up to bat is Jacob Lord, who's 0 for 1 with a sac fly, and he reached on an error.
To the plate for the Go Hawks, number 14, Jacob Lord.
Believe there's lightning in New Hampton that may delay things. So I assume that's what Taylor Nitt's text of God just took a picture means. Yeah, that or the Angels are bowling. Runner at first nearly thrown out. Leaning forward was Sam Rose. The throw went over there, and the throw was toward the foul side of first base. If not, Rose would have been out. The throw on the pickoff move was bad, but Rose was dead meat over there, and he is counting his blessings. He'll take off to second. It's a called strike, and Rose is safe as the ball's dropped by the shortstop, McEwen, who is trying to apply the tag. So they go up by 10 run is at second base. Jacob Lord has an 0-1 count against him. A single would very likely score that runner with 2 outs, as in most situations the runner is taken off on the sound of the bat. Swing and a miss, unless the ball's hit right at him where he's got to dodge it, or the ball's hit right at third base where he doesn't want to run into an out. But obviously getting a fly ball caught doesn't mean he's got to retreat back to his bag. So you definitely get a bigger jump if you're Sam Rose in this situation. 0-2 ground ball by the third baseman. Rounding third, heading for home is Sam Rose, and the Go Hawks lead 10-0. Jacob Lord goes to second. He's thrown out. So a single by Lord puts the Go Hawks up by 10. He is out number 3, but that doesn't matter too much. The Go Hawks are 3 outs away from victory. They lead 10-0. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Good luck, Go Hawks, from Johnston Financial Services. Johnston Financial Services at 116 West Bremer Avenue in Waverly. Call them at 352-5938. Securities offered through First Heartland Capital Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Johnston Financial Services, LLC, is not affiliated with First Heartland Capital Incorporated. When it comes to investing, start with Johnston Financial Services, LLC.
Because CUSB Bank is excited to be part of the Waverly and Shell Rock communities. We're proud to serve the former Security State Bank customers and invite the community to check out our enhanced products and services while working with the same familiar faces. Stop in our Waverly and Shell Rock locations or online at CUSB.com. CUSB Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Waverly Shark leads 10-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. That means if the Go Hawks can record 3 outs before Denver gets a run, the Go Hawks win this one early. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters are due against Ethan Chapin. That's Nuss, Beatty, and Ryder. The JV game was super fast. His varsity game's been super fast as well. No offense to Denver in this, but the Go Hawks have looked superb. Pitch down the middle but low. Side to side looked good, but it was below the knees of Jordan Nuss for ball 1. You have a programming note to pass along to you in this game as there's a foul ball. Will not be able to do the game tomorrow as Lewis Central and Waverly Shark play at Grandview. Fortunate for that, but some family scheduling things that are in the way of us being able, or me being able to do that. But we'll be back Thursday in Calmer. Go Hawks take on Southwind. Swinging a foul tip. But if you got a chance to get to the Des Moines area tomorrow for the Waverly Shark Lewis Central game, Lewis Central's ranked 2nd in the state. I highly advise you do that. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Count goes 1-2. Got him. Ring him up, sir. A curveball. Caught him looking. 1 up, 1 down. That brings up Logan Beatty. The designated hitter popped up to shortstop his last time up.
The strikeout for out number 1. That brings to the plate number 13, Logan Beatty.
Well, if these umpires are paid by the hour, Coach Bodensteiner, the athletic director here, should feel pretty good. All fouled. They're not paid by the hour. There's a man out there that just now putting away his chair that just about got hit by that foul ball over on the right field side. Pitch inside, 1-1. It's amazing how some people think they got to beat the traffic. Even if there's no traffic. Got to fold that thing up, beat the traffic out. Next pitch outside, 2-1 to Logan Beatty, who bats for Bo Bonnet, the pitcher. He's in the 8th spot. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Chapin sets, throws, misses high, 3-1. And if any Cyclone scores, you got to play at least the bottom half of this inning. If nobody scores this inning, the game is over, and over rather early. Curveball fouled back. Full count now. The count is full between Beatty and Chapin. Chapin looking into Rage for the sign. Gets it. Rage sets up on the inner half. The pitch. Ooh, not that far in. Goes up over the head of Beatty, and that is a walk. Just the second walk of the game. Only a 3-hitter so far for Chapin. The Go Hawks have mustered 9 hits. Ethan Ryder up to bat. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. Double plays in order with one out on the board. Pop up, third base side, in between third base and catcher. Jacob Lord will take it as he calls off everybody to make the grab for out number 2. Now, if Logan Beatty doesn't score from first, the game is over. Hudson Mercado's up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk.
Out number 2, that brings up to the plate number 2, Hudson Mercado.
Mercado is a righty. Ethan Chapin on the mound for Waverly Shell Rock, going from the stretch. Sets belt high. Here's the pitch. Popped up and out of play over the press box. So the softball game, by the way, on Y99.3, not going to start the second game till at soonest 8:25, as it's raining at Michelson Park in New Hampton. Pitches inside, 1-1. Good news for Taylor Nitz. It was a snapback throw, nearly get the runner at first. Good news for Taylor Nitz is New Hampton does have a press box that he can share. Imagine big guys over there. Big guy Neil Stone wrapping up a 25-year career as the voice of the Chickasaws, by the way. Pitch low, blocked by Rage. Count goes to 2-1. Waverly Shell Rock squeezing the middle just a little bit in case the runner does take off. Beatty has a decent lead held on by Dewey. Pitches high, just gets a secondary lead as it's 3-1. I'm not convinced Beatty's going to go because you don't want to run the guy you need into an out, especially when Rage just last inning threw a man out trying to steal. Abram Rage has shown that he can do it. The 3-1 right down the middle, hit though into left field as the game prolonging run is at second now. A single by Mercado, the 4th hit of the game for the Denver Cyclones, brings up Braxton Sauerbry, who's 1 for 2 with a ground out to short and a single.
Number 3, Braxton Sauerbry.
Braxton Sauerbry up to bat, and while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
Setting is Chapin. 2 outs, runners at first and second. The pitch, inside corner, called strike 1. Here's the situation. If the Go Hawks, if you're just joining us, get it out before a run scores, they win. They're up 10-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning in this single varsity game between Waverly Shell Rock and Denver. The pitch, curveball, flown over the head of shortstop into the outfield. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw from Hiddings is high, and Denver's prolonged the game. Is now the difference in runs is 9. You got to be up by 10. So the game's prolonged. They also get a man over to third on a single by Sauerbry. So Braxton Sauerbry did what he had to do and kept the game alive. That'll bring up Mitch DeVries, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a fielder's choice.
22, Mitchell DeVries.
Mitch DeVries, the 3-hitter, second baseman for Denver. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Denver still fighting. Throw to first base, runners back. Just glad we're not seeing any weather here. I'm not superstitious, but somebody's knocking on wood right now. Go Hawks up 10-1 in the 5th. All fouled. Over toward the Go Hawk dugout as they sit on the third base side. Their traditional home dugout. DeVries is behind Chapin, 0-1 in the count. Couple of foul balls brought over by Cohen Tibbetts, one of the seniors. Umpire drops those into his pouch. Couple ways to get outs. Runners at first and third. Ball flown into center field. Ethan Hennings going back, and he'll get back to that to make the grab, showing off his speed and robbing DeVries of a double. Go Hawks 10, Cyclones 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's time to stretch on the K-Way Sports Network.
Proud to support Waverly Shell Rock High School athletic events is Waverly Box and Pallet. Good luck, Go Hawks, this season from Waverly Box and Pallet.
Every field is the perfect field to plant Wiffles hybrids and Merchman seeds from Jeff Wright Seed Company in Waverly. So if you're looking for resilient crops and high yields, look no further than Jeff Wright Seed Company with Merchman seeds and Wiffles hybrids.
Hi, this is Marquise Stevens with the United Way of Waverly and Shellrock. Together, we can help those in need right here in the Cedar Valley. We are currently collecting hygiene products for our Christmas in July program. To donate and volunteer, find us at WSRUnitedWay.org, and together we can live united.
Tonight is a great night for a six-pack and a pound from your Waverly Taco John's. And don't forget the guacamole, sour cream, or nacho cheese for your potato olays from Taco John's in Waverly.
Chadheim Excavating and Trucking is proud to support the Go Hawks. If you've got a job a little too big for your equipment, remember Chadheim Excavating and Trucking. They can't move heaven, but they can move earth.
10-1, Go Hawks lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Time now for a Waverly Tire Company pitching change. New pitcher is left-handed freshman Ryan Law. He's got an 0-2 record. His ERA is 13.26. He's walked 4, a hit 2, and struck out 3. Opponents bat .289 against him. He's thrown 6 in a third innings, and he'll be facing the 9, 1, and 2 batters for Waverly Shark. If the Go Hawks score 1 in this inning, the game is over. By the way, speaking of games over, Waverly Shark softball won 7-5 in game 1 in 9 innings. Now, the second game is delayed due to rain and lightning happening in Chickasaw County.
The Go Hawks started number 12, Aiden Holford.
Aiden Holford up to bat. He does not have an official at bat yet. He's had a walk and a sacrifice fly. He's a lefty. Go Hawks, champions of the Northeast Iowa Conference in this non-conference game against the North Iowa Cedar League squad. First pitch from Law is south of the knees. Ball 1 as the lefties duel. Flag still blowing out to center field. More clouds mixing in. Pitch hits the inside corner to Holford. Not sure what he could have done with that. It's a strike, but I'm not sure what he could have done with it. Hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend. It's coming this way. Ball fouled toward the train over on that side, on the left field side. Count now 1-2 to Hofer. Counts 1-2 as the Canadian National makes its way toward us. You'll hear it in just a second. The wind, the kick, inside pitch hit into right field. Holford's got himself at least one. He's going to be heading to second on a shallow hit ball in the right field. Hit toward the line, and Holford with a leadoff double, and if he scores, the game will be over. Well, he went into locomotion there. Carson Graven up to bat. Graven is 0 for 3, believe it or not.
That brings up to the plate number 1, Carson Graven.
An infield ground up, an infield pop out, and a fly out to center field has been his night thus far. Just needs to move the man over. First baseman charging just in case of a bunt. First pitch curveball does not find the rear entrance. Train, by the way, wasn't pulling any cars, so it got by us very quickly. Ground ball, shortstop side bounces. Shortstop throws to first. Not in time. He's safe. An infield single by Carson Graven. Runners at the corners. And the winning run is at third base with Dylan Stockdale up to bat. Stockdale is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, and a fly out to left.
Dylan Stockdale.
And they have Stockdale played to put this thing in the gap. The left fielder, Mercado's playing way off the left field line, basically playing directly into left center. And that's how they got Stockdale out his last time up. They just shifted perfectly on him in the outfield. Ball fouled back to the screen. And Coach Rewards is so good. He is so good at his defensive positioning. He's creative.
The National Weather Service in Des Moines has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Franklin County in north-central Iowa, western Butler County in north-central Iowa, until 9 p.m. At 8:07 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Hampton, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near Geneva around 8:15 p.m. Airedale around 8:20 p.m. Other locations in the path of the severe thunderstorm include Dumont, Bristow, Allison Municipal Airport, and Aplington. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 9 p.m. for the following counties in Iowa: Butler and Franklin.
As the Go Hawks win 11-1 in 5 innings. We'll be back after this with the post-game show. Once again, Go Hawks 11, Cyclones 1. Final score here on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Adam with Folkert's Financial Strategies. Life is busy with kids, activities, work, and that much-needed vacation. Who has time to think about retirement and life insurance? Well, we do at Folkert's Financial Strategies, and we'll work